they are known as gentry penguins. Now they are completely separate, they don't grow up into these ones with the yellow colour. The gentries are all fully grown and are actually weighed between 5 to 7 kilograms each on average. They are much, much smaller, even though they're the third largest in the world. Now we do have 42 penguins in front here. There is a little bit of a hard way to tell the difference for us to know who is who. Now what I'm going to be doing this afternoon is holding up some signs because although our specialists on the ice can see us, she can't actually hear us. So I'm going to hold up some signs for some questions that she's going to answer for us this afternoon. And the first one is, how could she take each of our 42 birds apart?
Good morning everyone. You are going okay? Awesome. Well, my name is Lily. I'm one of the seabird specialists here at SeaWorld. So our first question is, how can we tell everybody apart? Now we have 42 penguins in here, and I'm sure you can tell that they all do look very similar. Luckily for us here at SeaWorld, we use the wing bend system. So each of our birds will have a wing bend on either their left wing if they are a female, or their right wing if they're a male. And we give them all two unique colours. So if you get nice close up, you'll be able to see each of our birds has their own colour wing band there. Other than the wing bands, we do spend a lot of time with our penguins, so we do get to know their very unique penguinalities, and some of them do have a couple of physical things that sets them apart from the rest. Some of our gentry penguins over here, you might be able to see, this is Norman just like window, and it's almost ends. The gentries have this really cool white bonnet, so that's kind of like a unique thing to them. And one gentry penguin actually is very unique because it looks like it's been trying to take it out of it. And what Twiggy we're just standing over here. Now this is some enrichment that we've done because we actually have a birthday today. So Jessica is our oldest penguin. She's a little penguin. She'll be standing somewhere over there, and she is 29 years old today. So we've actually made her a little birthday cake with some snow and some coloured ice blocks. You can actually freeze some of them too inside these ice blocks, so we'll be able to get them out. We've got her letters there on the birthday cake. Now over here we have, this is Quinn. Now Quinn is molting right now, so she is a little bit moody, but usually Quinn is very, very social. You might have seen before she came over and she did a little bow and to us. So she's a very social bird. She's one of our youngest. We like to call her Quinn of the Castle because she loves to stand on any sort of raised surface, and she will just stay there for ages. So these guys also, we can tell them apart because during breeding season they actually pair up. So they're secretly monogamous, which means they'll stay with their pairing throughout the whole season. And we do see them hanging out with those pairings even when it's not breeding season. So I can see that Cleo and Crusoe are hanging out next to each other. We have Saskia there at the front, and she's one of our young ones as well. She's quite a social bird, so we can tell her she'll come up and she'll sing to us every morning. She's also quite a lot of so that's all the ways that we can tell them apart here, but for the most part it is those wing bands that they have.
Now even though Jezebel, as you said, she did turn 29 today, that is a huge achievement for us. Naturally these birds in the waddling reach expected life ages of about 26 for our, for the king penguins, but for our gentries only about 13 years of age. Now in saying that, any facility does have the ability to hopefully extend these animals' lifespans because we always have food available. We don't obviously have any reservation predators, but also we have vet care if these animals get seriously injured. Now the oldest gentry penguin that was ever able to be found was one in a facility in Denmark that lived to 41 years old. And compare that to again the 13 years that was expected, it is a much longer jet. So again, Jezebel, we wish her a happy birthday. She's got a red and blue wing band combination. Yay for Jezebel. I believe she might be the one that's laying down on the ice just behind this slide here. It might be hard for you to see, but she's got a red and a blue colour combination on her left wing. So that looks like it's her from here. Do keep your eyes out for Jezebel. Her little birthday cake is over there as well, which is adorable. Now with our penguins here at Penguin Encounter, it is really important that we do obviously know which bird is which so that we can do health checks on these animals. But also when it comes to data records and for feeding purposes, we want to make sure that each penguin gets the amount of food that they require. Now we do want to ask the question to Lily this afternoon. If you're wondering what a penguin might eat, that is our very next question for you.
So I'm sure many of you would have guessed that our penguins do eat fish. We do feed them a variety of fish here at SeaWorld. This can range from something quite low in fat like a whiting, which is kind of like a accessible fish to them. Snow so that they have some steps and a little bit of a mound. So we do pump out around 4,000 kilos of snow per day. We have a large snow machine next to a hose. We can kind of change the snow, pull it back or push it further that way and make sure that the habitat is different. We have done some enrichment, obviously for Jezebel's birthday, some visual enrichment and also changes in their surfaces there. Round the back, you guys can see we've put the diving board there over the pool edge, and earlier on we did have the sprinkler, so it was spraying water over the diving board and over that pool edge there. Couple towels and tubs, it's all different tactile enrichment for them. We do have some CDs in there, you guys can see it's right at the back there. Some CDs hanging from our rock wall there, so that's also some visual enrichment for them. We find that the penguins really like reflective shiny things as well. We will do some audio enrichment, so we have a small speaker we can bring inside and we can play them different sounds, so Antarctic nature sounds or birds, crickets, things like that. So what all of this is it's all goal based, so we get 5 goals per day, things that range from habitat visual, tactile, problem solving, foraging, and we use these enrichment devices to try and reach those goals. So what we're aiming to do is make sure that the penguins are given ample opportunity to exhibit all the natural behaviours that they would out in the wild. So while you might not necessarily find this out in the natural habitat, what you would find is different opportunities for them to climb, jump, explore, problem solve, and all the things like that. Later on today, we will be doing some problem solving enrichment in the water. So we can get out our mock icebergs and actually put some fish on top of them and see if they can problem solve and jump on the iceberg to try and get the fish. So stick around if you guys want to see that.
The last thing that I do want to leave you all with, of course, after coming back throughout the day, making sure you come back and visit this afternoon, is how, of course, we can work together to protect these animals from the wild. Sadly, penguins are declining in numbers for a lot of species out there. Although both these species in front of you are the least concerned, the smaller and more isolated populations are still at risk of declining. One of the big threats for these animals is the ability to find food. Unfortunately, where they do source their food from, especially when it comes to our gentles, it is areas close to their nesting sites. There are commercial fishing grounds that do overlap in these areas, which means that people are overfishing and taking their resources out of the ocean. Instead, what we can do though is to make sure we are choosing sustainable seafood ourselves. If you do want to purchase sustainable seafood, the best way to go about this is to download a free app called the Fish Guide. It works like a traffic light system. It is super easy to use. If you type in the seafood item you're looking to purchase, it will tell you in the green circle beside it that it is a great choice. If it comes up with either an orange or a red circle, it means that it is not overly sustainable and to choose something else instead. It doesn't take much time out of your day to make these choices, but it does go a long way to protecting not only those fish stocks so that they can replenish themselves, he's nodding along here, but making sure that these penguins, of course, in the wild, their wild counterparts, do have enough food to survive. Again, please make these decisions. We do want to protect our penguin species, not only the ones here in front of us, but the others that are in the wild too. We will leave the main talk there for this afternoon. We do thank you so much for joining us here at Penguin Encounter. Lily and myself will hang around if anyone has any last questions. Come and have a chat to me. I do have a whiteboard so I can write your questions down and then we can show Lily and she can answer them for us. So come and have a chat to us if you've got any questions. Otherwise, please come back throughout your afternoon and we do hope you enjoy the rest of your day here at Seagulls. These are all different ages. What colour wing bands does that one have at the front there? Any other colours on it? Green and yellow. So that is Midgie. Let's ask how old is Midgie. So they've all got different birthdays and we've got a system out the back that thankfully has it all written down because we can't remember it all.
It's actually a great question. She is turning 21 next year.
There you go. So Midgie's want to go.